So we have episode 4 of the Diary of a Rugby League CEO. This is our season launch. Absolutely ram-packed. Jordan was loving life. How smart do the lads look in their new kit? Jordan done a grand job of the season launch. Met some of our new players. Young Jackson Smith, Zendon Callender, Ben Pearce. Introduced the lads, went through their numbers. This is young Carter. Carter got Jordan Burns' personal sponsorship as his Christmas present. I had a chat with him. He said it was the best Christmas present he's ever had. Rang Jordan up, absolutely over the moon. So we got Carter up for the video for the big screen. So if Jordan scores, young Carter jumps up and starts shouting.
1, go!
Come on!
Absolutely fantastic.
Keep going. You have to go more mental. More.
Come on!
More mental.
Come on!
His questions were, what happens if Jordan's like chocolate again and gets injured? And what happens if he doesn't score? So there's a bit of pressure on Jordan to score. So we had Whitehaven, Maras and Aras said they would help us set up a darts competition on the Saturday. They brought up this fantastic setup. So we got all this set up and I decided with 2 days' notice I would organise a beginners competition. I see lots of competition for established darts players, not so much for beginners. So I decided to organise a beginners one because I was thinking, you know what, like I quite like a little game, get into it quite good. So I decided to organise a beginners competition. 2 days notice. I was expecting to turn up and Emma's brother and a cousin and maybe another handful of people had turned up. 40 people turned up. So I went into panic mode because I was just going to wing it. 40 people turned up and I was like, So a little bit of winging. Tried to get a format where everybody was going to be getting some darts because ultimately if we had a bit of a knockout competition, someone was really rubbish, they were instantly going to be knocked out and that's the night over. So I'd done it over 3 rounds. First round was just a random draw. Second round, the winners played the winners and the losers played the losers. Then the third round, I'd done the winners versus the winners and losers versus the losers again. But because there were names were near each other, the chances are they could have played each other again. So I had to do a bit of a random shuffle and then fired them all back in. Lots of lessons learned from it. Everybody seemed to enjoy it. It was a good night. I think we made about £500 on the bar. It isn't bad for something short notice and just put together. And this is something that everybody seemed to enjoy. So we're going to expand this. And what we're thinking about doing is we're going to get a setup made like the Maras and Aras one with 4 boards. And then we're going to put another 2 boards by our existing Omni board. So ultimately we're going to have 7 boards in there. So we're going to get it on a Friday night where we have 7 boards in there. I think we're going to get a darts team going. There's been talks of that. Some of our fans want to put a darts team together. So if we get a darts team or 2 or 3, the 3 boards in the corner near the Omni will be for the darts team on a Friday night. And then we will have 4 boards in the middle where people can book. And we're just trying to get people in the club. So we're just going to charge £10 to book. And then people know they can book through our website, book for an hour, come in with their friends, and they know they're going to get on the board, and it's theirs for that 1 hour. So it's going to be £10 for the hour. And then what that does, it just means we've got 4 boards. So we're going to be making £40 for the hour, which will pay for the staff, the lighting, the electric, and the cleaning the next day if we need cleaned. And it just means we can open up with no costs. So start opening up on Friday nights. People can come in and play darts. We're going to have the Super League on, so people can come and have a pint. We will have this as a happy hour, so pound a pint off, just so people can come in, quite social. You want to come and play with your kid, kids can come in. Kids need to be with an adult because it could be an absolute nightmare, and ultimately we are a club. So kids will need to be with an adult, and they'll need to be gone by 8 o'clock, and then adults can stop in obviously after that. But the boards will be bookable, and we will put a system on where people can go on and book it. All in all, it went down a treat, and it just gives us a little bit of food for thought, and that's what the plan is for the Friday nights as soon as we get the extra boards. Competition on these chaps were our quarter finalists. All of them were like really, really good. I don't know if they're beginners. This is young Gene with his dad. His dad knocked him out in the quarterfinals, but Gene knocked everyone else out through the rounds. And then this is Robert, who won the whole competition. Very, very good darts player. Probably banned out the beginners next time. But I think next time we do one, we're going to probably have 2. Probably have a beginners one, like for absolute novices, and then an intermediate one. And the intermediate one will be people like Robert and Jane, who are pretty good, but just not in a darts team. Visit to Durham Park, just to have a little look around the pitch. Very good condition. They've obviously done a lot of hard work on it to make sure it was playable for Sunday. Pretty decent stadium, innit? Like 2 stands with roof on. So, to be honest, it was probably a godsend that it was through at theirs, because that weather was awful. And I think if you're down at the Ortis Recreation Ground, we'd have all got a lot wetter. Cole, still their poster boy, and on the Match Day Club shop. I might send Graham an invoice for using our player for advertising. This was the Maras and Aras competition. Obviously a lot better organised than the one I done for the beginners. This was all done on an app called Atlas, which is what we're going to start using going forward for the beginners comps. Really well organised. Nick Twin, Neil Goodwin helped out organising that. Really appreciate it. And we made 1,600 quid on the night. I think 600 of that was at the kids. Obviously the kids not drinking, but parents come and kids play and have a drink. So 1,600 quid behind the bar. So with both nights, it was $2,000, which is really good takings for the club. And it's definitely something that we're going to have to start doing a bit more regular. So this was match day of the Ike. This is us driving into Durham Park. Quick selfie on the bus. I think Craig Calvert's picking his nose. This is actually the first time that Craig Calvert has been back to Durham Park in 10 years. So I think we need to celebrate the fact. He says they all hate him. So he doesn't like to go through. But to be fair, I didn't see anyone being horrible to him. So they must have forgiven him for scoring all them tries. We got to the hospitality a little bit late, but the ladies looked after us really well, brought our food right over. Graham said some nice words about us on the mic. Really nice room, well done out. It had Allerton Rams in there, sponsored the table. Our good friends and sponsors, Kirkland Carpets, were in there sponsoring. It was Kane Barnes' retirement from the game, so Town had got him and his family in there, which we thought was a nice touch as well. And they also got Kane to come out in a guard of honour with 2 teams. Well deserved, fantastic player. It'll be a massive miss to Town. The conditions for the Ike were absolutely horrendous. Hats off to the players for getting out in amongst that. Hats off to all the officials. Yeah, hats off. I wouldn't have liked to get on that pitch. Conditions horrendous. The amount of balls they dropped was very, very small, I think, compared when you compare it to the weather. Both teams put tremendous effort in, great defence. I think they just sort of use the conditions a bit better. Our lads were making decent yardage, getting up, kicking the ball to their 20. We were restricting the yardage, and then Jack Carter would just get it on their 20 and boot it right back to our try line. And I know how disheartening that is as a player to then try and bring it back forward and get another 100 metres up the pitch. So I thought the tackling was fantastic. The effort levels were fantastic. Muzz is happy, so we're happy. And when you look at Working Town's recruitment, the stuff they do off the field and stuff, I think to finish 7 points behind a decent team that were 1 point away from winning the league last year, we have to be happy with that. They've got some players coming back, so they'll just get stronger, and next time we just have to be a bit more prepared. The day after the Ike, we were at Wakefield. What a fantastic stadium. Really good job they've done of that. Looks awesome. So it was the season launch, so the championship clubs have to go down there, get some photos. There's a little bit of media, but to be honest, I think most people wanted to speak to London, see how they were getting on. Salford, speaking to Salford, see how they were doing. I think Jordan done a couple of interviews, but mainly people just want to see what London was doing. Jordan probably needed this like a hole in the head of playing in the Ike Derby the day before, but top man he put his hand up and come down. It's one of them where something like this, for part-time clubs, it's a really big ask to ask a player to give up the full day. And this literally was the full day. You'll see in a minute. Yep. So we got to Penrith and my van just stopped working. We got stuck on a dual carriageway, and when I tried to ring the RSC, they said I had to ring 999 because it was too dangerous. So we had to ring 999. A police officer come. One of them drove behind us, and the other one helped us push. So me and Tom Posh pushed the van 300 metres up a massive hill. I didn't think I was going to make it. Got in the van, the guy come, timing belt's gone, need a brand new engine, and we had to wait for 2 hours. So from going out at 9 o'clock in the morning, we didn't get back till 10:30 at night. So apologies to two Jordans. Like Jordan Weir loves it, but Jordan Thompson doesn't love it. And to be honest, he didn't whinge as much as what I thought he was going to whinge. So big thanks to them. I am now vanless, 6-7 grand, needing a new engine. So yeah, I am doing a bit of walking, a little bit of lift scrounging, and it's just going to make things 10 times more difficult.